In this video, I'm going to be discussing 3 crucial stages of any CRM implementation. I'll be explaining what those stages are, why they're important, so hopefully by the end of this video, if you are implementing a CRM system, you'll be far more familiar with the process and 3 stages that you do not want to be missing. Welcome CRM crew, my name is Nick. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for giving this video a watch. I'm sure it will be of value. So the first point, or the first crucial stage that I'd like to introduce in this video, is actually defining why you need a CRM system. Now, it's all too common. Businesses think, oh, well, CRM, that would be a good idea. Why don't we just go for it? Why don't we do this, this, and this? Okay, that's not actually the way you want to be going about doing things. The reason being is there are no targets set out. There's no plan. There's no strategy behind the implementation. So at the very beginning, before you've committed to the CRM system, write down and actually define what are you as a business trying to achieve from bringing the CRM system into the business, right, from introducing this project. Now, there are a number of different ways you can plan or strategize on what the outcome is going to be. I recommend using SMART targets. Now, these are, in case you're not familiar, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound targets that you can use to judge the success of the CRM implementation over the years, 2 years, 5 years, and obviously see your return on investment from going through the procurement process and then the implementation and then training your team. All of that is going to cost money. You're going to want to see a return on investment from that. So don't go into a CRM implementation blind and not actually assessing what you're trying to achieve, what is the anticipated outcome, and then having those goals so you can measure the success of the implementation against those goals in the future. So that is my first crucial recommendation. Just make sure you know why you're going into it, you know what you're trying to achieve, and then you can look and assess your return on investment. Because otherwise, if you don't, you're never going to know if it was a success, if it was a failure, if you achieved what you'd hoped out to achieve, because you're not going to know that. You've got an idea, but you never actually put it in writing. You never actually assess what it is you're trying to accomplish. So bear that in mind when you are looking at CRM and trying to find the right one for your business as well. Consider what your main objectives are, and then consider which CRM is going to help you achieve those objectives the most. So look at the CRM systems available on the market today. So that is my first crucial stage. The second one I want to talk about is documenting your business processes. It's really important to have your business processes defined. Now, I don't mean in your head, and I know a lot of business owners, and I speak to a lot of business owners and managers that have their processes and they're tucked away up here and they're very well and very clearly defined in their own heads, but unfortunately they have not written those processes down. They've not actually structured those processes. Now, if you're in that situation and you haven't actually defined them, you haven't written them down, you can do that using Google Drawings. Is a really good tool. It kind of allows you to make a flow chart and you can draw it all out and make it look all pretty. And if this happens, you go there, and if this happens, you go there. Use Google Drawings and actually write out your business processes. Now, it's useful from a business perspective as well, because let's say someone new joins the team. You don't have to try and articulate what's going on in your head and what's meant to happen. You can just present them a document and go, look, this is the business processes. This is how we do this process. So that'll be the sales or whatever processes your business do. So write your business processes out. Now, the reason this is important for CRM is because you then want to translate those business processes into your CRM system. You want to convert what's on the paper and what's defined into the system. And the way you do this is through the customization tools available inside that specific CRM software. So as I'm sure you know, some CRM systems vary, but they all vary to the extent of customization that you can achieve from it. But to whichever degree, you always want to be able to translate what you're doing in the real world as a business into the system. And that means changing the changing the sales process or the sales pipeline inside of the system to match your sales process in real life, in the business, how you sell. Again, that comes down to like case management or case resolution. How do you resolve cases inside of your business? You want to translate that into the system. So having that documentation available to you to then use that as the build, think of it as kind of like a script, and then you just kind of use the script or the guide to build the system with it. So that's why business processes are really, really important. You need to have those defined. And sometimes when I speak to business owners and we're writing out their business processes and they go, oh, we could change this, or maybe we could do this, or, oh, I've never really thought about that before, what could we do there? It also gives you an opportunity to kind of really define and make your business processes more efficient as well. So that is my second crucial stage. Just make sure you've got your business processes written out. You know exactly what the plan is so you can translate that into the system. Okay. The third and final stage of any CRM implementation that I think is really, really crucial is actually teaching your team how to use the system. So a lot of businesses, they go through the pain of finding the right CRM system for their business, and then they do all the implementation, and that costs them a lot of money. And then it comes down to actually using the system. And this is often neglected. They just anticipate that your team is just going to want to use the system because, well, I don't know, they're just going to want to use the system. The reality is that is not the case. A lot of teams are happy what they're doing at the moment. They know what works. They do it day in, day out. They don't want to change the way they are doing things. They are also often frightened of the CRM system. Of course, there is live data. They don't want to break anything. They don't want to mess anything up. So often teams just decide, well, I'm just going to avoid using that. And the way you can prevent this situation from occurring or amend it if the situation has already occurred is to actually just teach the team how to use it. Show them the benefits of the CRM system. Show them why it is going to make their lives easier, what jobs that they do day to day, what tasks they do day to day that they can improve or remove because of the automation of the system. So show them that side of it. Also, just spend the time showing them how to use it. And that is not a 30-minute, right, here's how you do this, this and this, goodbye, I'm off. You actually need to go through and actually show them how to do everything. A lot of people don't know anything about CRM. So you need to start from the ground and build their way up, and then start from the basics and then go to the more exciting features and get more useful. But you do need to show them how to use the system, and this is really, really important. And unfortunately, it is neglected a lot, like I said at the start. But just make sure you're doing it, and this way, you are not going to fall into the trap, which is all too common. They say about 90% of CRM implementations fail as a result of poor user adoption. Don't fall into that trap. Make sure your team are confident using the system, they're confident entering in data, they can use all of the features, and that just takes time, and as much time as that does take, it is worth it in the long run. Two options when it comes to training: you could just get someone internal to do it, so you could find a super user, often someone a bit younger in the team, maybe a bit tech savvy. They could go around and demonstrate to other team members who aren't so confident how to use the system, or you could get an external training provider into the business to teach your team how to do it. We provide CRM training, so if you'd like to get in touch, you are more than welcome to, and I'm sure we'll be able to help your business out. So those are the three crucial stages, or in my opinion, three crucial stages of any CRM implementation. If you have enjoyed the video, if you found it at all useful, please consider giving it a like, possibly even subscribing. Hopefully you've learned something, and now if you are doing a CRM implementation, you have got a bit more knowledge to make sure it is successful. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.